related stuff, and which is interesting that the shape of the ship or the design of the ship was based on Notre Dame, because there famously was a fire a couple years ago in Notre Dame.
That's true. Are you saying the movie caused that fire?
I'm saying it's the movie is one of those what they call a cursed film.
Oh, okay. Okay. Do you think someone like was playing the movie like in Notre Dame,
Yes.
like while they were doing the construction, and the DVD sparked and caused the Notre Dame fire?
I'm saying that's exactly what happened.
That would take your theory a little step further. Mm-hmm. I was watching Event Horizon, and it burned down the fucking cathedral. That's my French accent.
Okay.
I guess it.
Is that what that was?
Watching the
I thought you were doing
DVD.
Italian for some reason.
Yeah, I tend to stray towards Italian. I was just watching the DVD of the Event Horizon, the worst film I've ever seen. And the DVD player started on fucking fire because it's 100 years old. I got the disc at a thrift store for $0.01. A French cent. Then the fire spread to Paul W.S. Anderson's house in Los Angeles. I don't know how this happened.
Did I conclude talking about the missing footage? It's kind of interesting.
No.
So the footage was cut to get an R rating, and apparently it was being stored in a Romanian salt mine. All the original footage that was cut. Because that's like in Day of the Dead. They have those salt mines underground, and they talk about storing old film prints.
Yeah, George Lucas stores his negatives in salt.
It's
mine.
a thing. Yeah.
Salt absorbs moisture.
Yeah.
So
for whatever reason, it was in a salt mine in Romania.
Okay.
Or I think Paul W. Sanderson says it's in Transylvania, but whatever.
Because it's spooky?
Because it sounds spookier? I don't know. He doesn't talk about this as if it's a spooky thing. But that's where apparently all the stuff that was cut for the movie, or maybe even the original negative, was stored, and it wasn't stored properly, and it all just deteriorated. So it doesn't even exist anymore. So even if you wanted to do a extended cut, release the Anderson cut, the material just doesn't exist anymore.
That's just the horror stuff, or just everything?
I think it's just everything that was cut,
So
which was primarily the more horrific stuff, the gore.
So not the original camera negatives.
I guess. I mean, there's the negative that they scanned the new print from, so
Right.
it must just be the cut material. I don't know.
You know what that sounds like to me, Jay? It starts with bull,
Oh.
and it ends with it.
You think he just went to the studio and said, I want to do an extended cut? And they said, that doesn't exist anymore. And then he made up the Transylvania part?
I think they told him that.
They told him that.
We put it in a Transylvanian salt mine.
We were storing it in the Notre Dame Cathedral, and it caught on fire.
Dracula's watching over it, Paul. Oh, he is? He's taking real good care of it. So yeah, Event Horizon.
I don't know if some people look back on it, like we mentioned Mortal Kombat, and how people like that movie now, and it's just because it's pure nostalgia and it's like complete 90s, dated 90s schlock.
Yeah.
And there's elements of that in this, but not enough where the movie's just like really funny or really like entertaining because it's dated. It's like a weird, it falls between the cracks. It's not enough of that. It's not enough of the genuinely kind of atmospheric stuff, which I think is there and I like. But that's completely counterbalanced with Cooper floating through space.
Yeah.
Saying, I'm coming, motherfuckers.
Yeah, splash here and there of bad decisions and like cringy stuff. Mm-hmm. But overall, I don't know, maybe like someone who's a little bit younger than us may have seen this when they were younger-ish.
And we're creeped out by
some of the... creeped out, and it kind of sticks with them. Yeah. Kind of like me and Rawhead Rex. One might not find Rawhead Rex particularly scary today. but I have fond memories of watching it on TV and being scared as a little kid. I don't know. And that, and of course, but I can recognize today that Rawhead Rex is silly. And so I don't know. I have not heard anything online, or do these people exist that have nostalgia for Event Horizon?
I think people like it, but like I said at the beginning, I think people like it because they remember seeing it a long time ago and remember it being creepy.
And we're here to tell them they're wrong.
And we're here to tell them that they're wrong. I think conceptually, I think it's an interesting idea, and I think the movie would have been great if it wasn't for the movie. It's one of those.
Yeah.
There's a lot I like, but I can't fully recommend it because it doesn't work as a serious horror movie or as dated, funny 90s movie.
No.
It's sort of like an interesting anomaly. I guess it's almost worth seeing for that, in my opinion. It's something that doesn't really work, but has a lot of interesting ideas, has a lot of things that are interesting because they fail so badly. Mm-hmm. You get the dated 90s techno music at the end
Just
credits.
at the very end.
At the opening credits, kind of, and then at the very end.
This is my closing statement. It's got a lot of things that I should like. The space-time, black hole, science fiction, horror kind of stuff. I do like horror movies, not as much as you, but I do like them. That kind of creepy idea of, I like my ghosts and my demons and my hauntings. I love gothic horror.
This is a little more grungy than that. It's not that classy.
No.
This is more about madness, which is kind of more my interests. Sam Neill, right around the same time he did In the Mouth of Madness, the John Carpenter movie, a much better film about going crazy.
Right.
But it has that element, which again is the kind of Lovecraft thing of seeing things beyond that the human mind can comprehend.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I like all that stuff. I just think all the elements put together don't work. It could be their choice of what characters to have in the film and why. Why, like they were search and rescue people. It could have been the situation in Alien where they're space truckers who are diverted off course to go do a thing that they're not usually meant to do.
Yeah.
Maybe throw a religious character, a chaplain, aboard the ship who has a special insight into hell, and I don't know.
I think it would have benefited from more. There's like some very minor kind of religious stuff in this. Like, it could have used more of that.
Yeah, but all the characters were like the Space Marines, where they were all basically the same character. They were all like EMT or medical related personnel. Mm-hmm. So they didn't have a array of different types of people that horror affects differently.
Yeah, a diversity of motivation.
Right. You have your cynic, you have your religious chaplain, you have, I don't know, like a kid, throw a kid on there.
No, don't throw a kid on there.
Like a doctor.
Keep kids out of horror movies.
A kid with a skateboard and a sideways baseball cap who keeps saying 90s phrases. When are they going to cancel Bart Simpson for saying "ay caramba"? I mean, clearly that's cultural appropriation.
Ay caramba.
Anyway, don't watch Event Horizon. I don't know why we're here. Don't know what we're doing here. We've shucked the format of review, Jay.
Hey, that's kind of fun sometimes, though. Go back and revisit something and just see,
See what happens.
See what happens.
See what happens.
This is a movie that I feel is stuck around and has a following. So it's like, it's not a completely
Charles Manson.
It's not a completely forgotten movie. So
okay, yeah. I mean, okay, yeah.
Why not?
Sure, why not? I mean, the Blu-ray looks nice.
We're on year 1 of the pandemic. Why not? Just do whatever.
We started year 2 of the pandemic.
We've started year 2. That's what I mean. Yeah,
There's
we finished year
5
1.
more years to go.
Okay.
Yeah. So
shake things up.
What better time to watch Event Horizon? Why did you bring me here today, Jay? I was sleeping.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, Mike, we're here to talk about a film. It's a little bit different than what we normally do on a review. Normally we talk about something that we have a long history with, or we've seen a bunch of times.
Or something we like.
Or that we really like.
Yeah, why are we here? Why did you drag me here?
I don't know. We're talking about Event Horizon. I feel like you might be in the same boat as me, but I feel like my history with this film is similar to a lot of people's, which is I saw it a long time ago, and I remember it being pretty good. And I never saw it again.
Well, we're talking today because there's a newly released Blu-ray of this.
That's what kind of spurred the idea of rewatching it. Yeah,
released by Scream Factory, and none of these companies send us Blu-rays and say do a video on it, and we'll give you $5.
Yeah, it's never happened.
It's never happened. Mainly, this video will prove that because I have nothing but bad things to say about Event Horizon.
Really?
And I will say, well, not nothing. I have a couple good things to say, but my experience is completely different.
Oh.
Don't do this. And I watched Event Horizon, and I thought, ugh. And then I thought, oh, Jay wants to talk about Event Horizon. It's a newly restored 4K transfer from the fucking film print. I'm like, I think I should like this movie. It has all these elements in it that I really should like, and I watched it again.
And now, it is time to go back. I know.
And my opinion was identical to what it was over 20 years ago.
It's